Here we have another sound base. We told you we're gonna see a lot of these this year. This one is from Philips. It's a little bit different than the others we've looked at so far because it's got a Blu-ray player built into it. But that's not all. There's also a bunch of other little features that kind of add up to make a pretty awesome package for about 300 bucks. There are 5 touch capacitive buttons along the top of this thing, one for power, source, volume, and then you can eject your Blu-ray or DVD discs that way. But you'll probably never use them because the remote for this system is actually really well designed. I love that they've put buttons for YouTube, Netflix, and Vudu right at the top so you can go straight to those apps at any time. There's a little Bluetooth pairing button here for selecting whatever Bluetooth source you might have. And then, you know, the usual suspects. The point is, it's well laid out, easy to use remote. The only thing that could have made it better was a backlight. Now, aside from YouTube, Netflix, and Vudu, there are a few other important apps available. Hulu Plus is among them. The only one that this sound base seems to miss is Amazon Prime Instant. Hopefully we'll see that with a firmware update in the future, but for now, not available. Of course, as we mentioned, it plays Blu-rays as well. It'll connect directly to your television with an HDMI output. And you know, the Blu-ray picture quality was solid, but not as good as you would expect from a premium Blu-ray player. Inputs and outputs on the back include an FM antenna. Yep, there's an FM radio built into this thing. There's an Ethernet jack, but you can connect wirelessly to a Wi-Fi router. We've got your HDMI output, 2 digital inputs here, one optical, one coaxial, in case you have some other devices you want to connect to it. There's also an old school composite video out. We really recommend not using that. And then an analog stereo auxiliary input. But wait, there's more. There's also a 3.5mm audio input on the side, right above a USB input. And you can use that to play back music or photos on a USB thumb drive. Oh yeah, we almost forgot, it makes sound. And it does that using a few different drivers. On the bottom is a small little 4-inch subwoofer. It's ported to the back. You'd be surprised how much bass that little guy can make. And then buried underneath the speaker screen here are a series of tweeters and a couple of oval drivers that handle the mid-range. As far as performance goes, it's not the best sounding sound bass that we've heard so far, but it did provide a huge meaty punch. I mean, it's way better than anything you're gonna get out of your television. Also, dialogue intelligibility was cool. And what we really liked about it was that it was never grating on the ears. There's no super harsh treble that you have to deal with, and that scores big points with us. But even with, you know, just above average sound quality, what you're really getting here is the whole package. Blu-ray player, Bluetooth, and the sound base all in one. When you add those things together for just about 300 bucks, that sounds like a pretty good value to us.